Wall Street Journal. Trump won't say if he accepts results if he loses. New York Times. Trump won't say if he will accept election results. Politico. I'll keep you in suspense.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Times. You name it. Washington Post. Every single USA Today, that's the headline.
And this is going to go on for a week. And I know they went over this in debate prep, and obviously Kellyanne Conway and others have been out there publicly saying, no, we're not going to challenge. We're just talking about the unfair media. And Trump gave the answer he wanted to give. Until that moment, I was sitting there typing, Trump is having his strongest debate of the three. He is solid. He is going toe-to-toe with Hillary Clinton. She had a little bit of difficulty on some tough questions from our colleague Chris Wallace on partial birth abortion, on WikiLeaks, open borders, and so forth. But with that one answer, sometimes it takes 1 minute out of the 90. Trump reset it. That's going to be the big story, and he's going to be pressed about this day after day.
Can you just explain why that's such a deal?
What do you mean why it's
just go for it. Go for it. You, student of electoral history,
219 years.
Because Bill Bennett's like, come on, get over it.
The French have had 6 republics in the time that we've had 1. This is hard to keep. Keeping a republic is damned hard business. And in the United States, and I couldn't help but sit and think while I watched these two people on screen having you're a puppet, no, you're a puppet, I thought about Marines dead at Iwo Jima. I thought about what sacrifices Americans have made for all of these times, and that at the center of all of it is the peaceful transference of executive power. That is the cornerstone. A civilian-controlled military that answers to a civilian commander-in-chief, duly elected by his fellow citizens, and the peaceful transition of power. That's huge.
What if there's voter fraud? What if there's...
Of course there's voter fraud.
Some results.
He's losing by 8 points. There ain't that much voter fraud. If the whole country was Chicago, there wouldn't be enough voter fraud to do that.
In fairness, Trump didn't say he was going to challenge the outcome of the election. But
I'll keep you in suspense. The argument is it's a little too flippant for what we're talking about.
It sounds sore loserish. It sounds like you're setting up an excuse in advance. I mean, fine to bash the media, fine to go against the establishment and all that. And Hillary Clinton had a good comeback all the times that he's complained about rig system, including the funny line about the Emmys.
What did you think? I thought that you could see that this was a Fox News fair and balanced debate.
Wasn't that good?
And for our critics, that doesn't mean a conservative debate. It means somebody who offers grist for the mill for both sides, who presses both sides equally, who doesn't just pursue sort of a dogmatic left-wing. Not that I'm not saying that all the other moderators did that, but you could see that Chris Wallace would upset some on the left by asking questions that wouldn't have been asked at other debates, and that's good. You should really tick off both sides. Then you know you're doing well.
Amen.
But what did you think?
I was looking for something to criticize Chris Wallace on so I could be fair and balanced. It was masterful. I mean, the way he crafted those questions and the way he brought up topics, whether it's partial birth abortion or others that we haven't seen in other debates, but just when you thought, well, maybe he's being a little hard on Hillary Clinton, he would come back with a zinger for Trump. He didn't let either of them stampede. Sometimes he had to interject himself quite forcefully. And following my journalistic friends on Twitter, I mean, Chris Wallace is a big winner tonight.
He was getting praise from, Andrea Mitchell of MSNBC.
Yep.
I mean, it's great. He did great. Final thoughts. Does this move the needle?
Well, first final thought, Chris Wallace is a stud duck, man. I tell you what, that is all right.
That's incongruous.
We'll take you to the farm. I'll show you a couple things. But that one, and then two, the final thought is this probably doesn't move the needle, except for the fact that it will confirm to the hardcore where they are that they're making the right choice and they're doing the right thing. As for those 40 million who decide the election, I don't know.
20 days to go. Trump really needed to move the needle. Even if he had fought to a draw, even if he hadn't given that answer, he didn't change the dynamics of the race. They both played to their bases. That is not going to reset this race in his favor.
What he said.